Well, here's a useless question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, the chicken had to come from the egg, but that egg came from another chicken, which came from a... Aha! You're wasting my time. Because obviously the chicken needs the egg, and the egg needs the chicken. Maybe it's obvious, but according to Wikipedia, other people for thousands of years have thought about this. So let's take a look. A look at someone this Wikipedia article does not mention, Thomas Aquinas. In his Summa Theologica, Part 1, Question 4, Article 4, he says that the material cannot absolutely be first because it is imperfect. For seed, though it be the principle of animal life reproduced through seed, has previous to it the animal or plant from which it came. Because, as we've seen before, the potential is reduced to act only by something already actual. Remember, only a match, a lit match, only that can start a fire. So according to Aquinas, and he quotes Aristotle's Metaphysics earlier in that article, we'll get back to that in a minute. According to Aquinas, it is not true that both the egg and the chicken need each other. I'll prove it to you with a thought experiment. Take a chicken egg off the earth, and then destroy it. The earth, not the egg. And then take that egg to Mars, and show it to a tribe of Martian hippies. It would be obvious to them which came first. The chicken. That's right, the chicken. Even though at this moment there are no fully grown, edible chickens anywhere in the universe, still the chicken came first. Explain how. Easy. What kind of egg is it? It's a chicken egg. See, chicken comes first. But it's not just a pun. Even if you get all European on me and call it the egg of the chicken, chicken still comes first. If it was a green egg, color would have to exist. If it was a heavy egg, weight would have to exist. If it was a good egg, goodness would have to exist. We're coming back to potential and actual matter and form. Remember this pile of wood? It was a potential house and a potential campfire, but this egg is only a potential chicken, not a duck, because that's what type of egg it is. It is a chicken egg. And you could talk about the DNA code as a form or containing the form, but that will not allow you to escape the inevitable annoying question. So you say it's a chicken egg, huh? Where do you think it came from? And fine, if you're only concerned with the physical material chicken, then yeah, it came from that sequence we referenced earlier. But I'm talking about the form. You could even call it the idea of the chicken. Where that came from? Well, where do any ideas come from? More on that later. Right now, it's enough to say that ideas and matter are different. Quick story. I had a student once who told me, everything you see existed first as an idea. He was an odd student, and he had a point. All the manufactured objects in this classroom were designed first and then built second. But look out the window. Would you say the same thing about nature outside the classroom? Back to chickens and Wikipedia. The article offers, quote, scientific resolutions based on evolution. Eggs evolved hundreds of millions of years ago. Domesticated chickens, only a few thousands. Eggs when? But what about chicken eggs? Going back to DNA, if that's how you define a chicken, the new DNA sequence would have existed in the fertilized egg first, and then in the adult chicken. Egg wins again, if you focus on matter. But who cares? A group of old philosophers that we don't care about chose the chicken. Wikipedia chose the egg, maybe. But I still go with public opinion. The waste of time hypothesis. And to show that this might not be a waste of time, we go back to Aquinas, who cites Aristotle, Metaphysics, Book 12, which cites Pythagoras and Leucippus, both of whom agree that the material principle could not be the best or the most perfect. Book 12 of Metaphysics is all about substance. It explores a broad range of other topics, including the chicken and the egg thing. It also has some dodgy ideas about human reproduction, so you can look those up. It references several other thinkers, but Aquinas chose these two, specifically because they are an odd couple. One was an atomist. Nothing exists except solids and the voids, and yet solids combine together to make ever more sophisticated forms, even chickens. The other, the math equation guy, all is number. He, and later the Neoplatonists, were idealists, everything emanating from the one, capital O, emanations becoming chickens. But there was something they agreed on. They were both monists. The world is made of just one thing, even if they disagreed about what that one thing was. Aristotle and Aquinas take a different route. They want to hold on to both matter and ideas, both eggs and chickens. Does that make them dualists? No, just the opposite. Dualists insist on keeping ideas and matter separate. Aristotle and Aquinas insist that they touch, which they do when we do experiments, abstractions, mathematics, ideas on one hand, observations, measurements, cold hard facts on the other. Precision, controlling variables, reproducible results. Newton's laws are confirmed. They touch the laws of gravity, force, inertia. These laws exist. So realists, that's what we'll call these two. Realists insist both that the laws really exist and that they can be known through the study of nature. It's a position that demands both the skeptical reevaluation of our ideas and the improvements of our experiments. It is a faith that there are questions worth asking. It is a worldview that made science possible. So that's why philosophy, that's why your metaphysics matters. It might sound weird, I'm not super interested in whether it's right or wrong. I am interested in what effects it has. We return now to that question. Where do ideas come from? It depends on whom you ask. They could bubble up from below. They could fall down from the sky. Or ideas could be how an intelligent creature knows things through ideas, which can be shown to either conform or not to conform with reality.